You're struggling with your love life. You can find a guy who's attractive. You could find a guy who treats you well. You can find a guy who wants to commit to you. You just can't find all of them in one package. But have you ever considered why? After all, there's 50 million married men in America alone. Evidently, somebody wants to commit. So how could you be the woman that your guy wants to marry? Stick around to learn what emotions drive men towards some women and not others. I'm Marc Katz, dating coach for smart, strong, successful women and your personal trainer for love. Welcome to the Love You podcast. Keep listening to learn 5 things men need in a relationship in order to commit to you. When we're done, I'll let you know how you could apply to Love You to create a passionate relationship that makes you feel safe, heard, and understood. So, this is the part of the video podcast where I tell you that everything I say that men need from women are also things that women need from men. So I've been doing this for long enough to know I get pushback. Why are you telling me this stuff about what I need to do to make a man love me? Again, I'm a dating coach for women. All right, so women want to know why, when I find a great guy, does it not work out? Here are 5 things that I came up with. And understand this is part of the general context of Love You. If women's deepest desires, whether they are conscious of it or not, are to feel safe, heard, and understood, as I say in every podcast, men's deepest desires, that they don't even know themselves, can be encapsulated into these 5 terms. Number 1, accepted. I don't think men are perfect. I don't think I'm perfect. I don't think the guy you're seeing is perfect. He doesn't think he's perfect. But I can tell you from deep, deep in my soul that I had so many women that I met say, Evan, I really like you, but you need to change this and this and this and this and this. Right? That was sort of the recurring theme of my 10 prolific years of dating. And their observations were not wrong. But understand that men aren't looking to you as a girlfriend to be a consultant, to tell him what's wrong with him that he could constantly work on and do better. Men choose girlfriends who fundamentally like them and trust them and accept them and see them as the best version of themselves. So you may think men just throw themselves at young, thin, and pretty, but the truth is young, thin, and pretty just turns a guy's head. What makes a guy want to marry someone, right, when it comes to that point in time, the most valuable thing that you can give him is your full acceptance as he is in its current form without trying to change him. Number 2, appreciated. He picks up the tab at dinner. He throws out the garbage. He walks the dog in the rain so that you don't have to. He lets you eat the last piece of cake. A good man wants to please you. And a good man is truly doing his best if you're his girlfriend. That doesn't mean, however, that he's going to do everything that you want him to do, as you want him to do it, when you want him to do it. So when you have a good guy on your hands, if he ends up spending more time hearing about what a shitty boyfriend he is, as opposed to praise for the many things he does right, he will probably look to find someone who's more appreciative of his good deeds. And again, we could always reverse the genders on this. It works the same way. Number 3, respected. There's a saying that respect is earned, not given. I'd like to flip that around, look at it from the other side. Do you want to have to earn a man's respect? What could you do to earn a man's respect? Do you think you have to convince him that you're a worthy person because you make less money than he does? Should you have to argue that your opinion matters as much as his does when it comes to making mutual decisions about where you live or how you spend your time or how you raise your kids? No, of course not. Respect is given. It's not earned. It's to be expected. It's something that could be lost, but it is not something a guy has to do to earn your respect. He starts with a level of respect the same exact way you should start with a level of respect from any man that you're seeing. Number 3, trusted. You know that saying about respect being earned, not given? Now substitute the word trust. Except trust, like respect, something that should be given from the outset. If a man gives you reason to mistrust him, the solution is to dump him, not to keep dating a man you can't trust. You get that? Literally, the only guys who will put up with a girlfriend who doesn't trust them are men who are wildly insecure that they can't do any better, or men who aren't actually trustworthy and know that you're right. Good and honest men have no tolerance for you monitoring their social media, checking their phone, questioning them about their intentions and their whereabouts. If a man were to do the same exact thing to you, you would feel positively suffocated by that level of fear, jealousy, and paranoia. So you gotta trust your guy. Number 5, needed. It's great that you're financially independent. It's great that you own your own home, that you got your own friends, that you're comfortable traveling alone, and that you don't need a man to support you. Genuinely, no one's asking you to disown this amazing life that you've built for yourself. But if your life is so spectacular, as I said in a previous video, what is he there for? A guy doesn't want to just be your accessory, your +1 for the event. So marrying him is like keeping your exact life as you have it right now with just like a guy plopped in it. A man wants to feel integral to your life. And that's hard to do when your entire existence has been built on not needing a man. Here's the deal. No one is asking you to be some sort of damsel in distress or act like you need to be saved by a man, because God knows that's not true. But if you're so busy, if your life is so full that you don't have time for him, or you're so competent that you never need help with anything, or you're so strong that you never show your vulnerable side, a man's going to rightfully wonder what he's there for, what you need him for, and is going to have trouble connecting to you emotionally. So I repeat certain themes here frequently on my blog, on my podcast, in Love You. This is a theme. Men are about feelings, not about looks. How he feels around you. Can he relax? Can he be seen at his best? Do you accept him when he's at his worst? Can he speak without constantly offending you and backpedaling and having to apologize? These are the reasons that men marry some women and not others. If you're with a guy that you can't naturally accept, appreciate, and respect, that's fine. Dump him. But if you're with a man you love, focus your energies on what he does right, the same way that you'd want your boss at work to focus on what you do right instead of focusing exclusively on what you do wrong. So what I hope you can tell from this list is that it's universal. These are universal ideas. They're not gender-specific ideas. Women also want to be accepted, appreciated, respected, needed. You just pay more attention to when a man's failing to do these things for you than when you're failing to do these things for him. In a healthy partnership, men do make you feel safe, heard, and understood. In a healthy partnership, you can make him feel accepted, appreciated, respected, trusted, and needed. It's doable. In fact, it's mandatory. It's the essence of what it means to be in a healthy marriage. So if any of those ideas hit hard or touched a raw nerve, think about it for a second before you attack the messenger. Did you ever consider what your boyfriend's needs were the way you've considered your own needs? Please share your thoughts below, and let's remember that encouraging you to be a better girlfriend is not a way of forgiving men for being terrible boyfriends, I promise. My name is Marc Katz. Thank you for tuning into the Love You podcast. For more episodes like this on YouTube, click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, and choose all to ensure you get notified when new content comes out. If you're listening to the audio podcast, please share an honest review on Apple. More reviews equals more awareness of the Love You podcast and more love in the world. And if you want to find love right now and you're committed to making healthier choices with men so you can have that easy relationship that makes you feel safe, heard, and understood, look for the link below and apply for coaching in Love You. Thanks a lot.